Hello, everybody. You are most welcome to another exciting review of the 7 habits of highly effective people. Yes, G-Tech is the first person on board tonight. You're welcome, G-Tech. All right, so today we are going to conclude the review of habit 4, which says think win-win. And here we're learning the principles of interpersonal leadership. Yeah. We started habit 4 yesterday, and today we're going to be looking at 5 dimensions of win-win. 5 dimensions of win-win. Yesterday, we established the fact that there are different aspects or different dimensions of human interaction. There is win-win, there is win-lose, there is lose-win, there is lose-lose, there is win, and there is no deal, right? So win-win is the most ideal that we all should try to cultivate if we want to be effective leaders, if we want to experience public victory. Right. So think win-win is a habit of interpersonal leadership, and it involves the exercise of each of the unique human endowments, that is self-awareness, conscience, imagination, and independent will in our relationships with other people. You know, we also said that one way to measure your maturity is for you to grow from dependence to independence and interdependence. Dependence is when you still depend on other people for so many things, your validation, your acceptance, your self-worth, and all of that. Then you move to independence. Now you can stand on your own. Your validation comes from within. You are able to do your own thing without being forced or pushed around, right? And then interdependence. Now you are able to relate with other people. You are not in conflict with them every now and then due to character deficiency or whatever. That is the level you need to get to if you want to be an effective leader, if you want to be able to get along well with other people, right? So it takes great courage as well as consideration to create these mutual benefits, particularly if you are interacting with other people who are deeply scripted in win-lose, people who don't know how to do win-win. They always want to win while the other person loses, right? So the principle of win-win is fundamental to success. Without it, success is difficult. Without it, it is almost impossible for anybody to go far in life if you don't know how to play win-win, right? That is what we're going to be focusing on tonight. And there are 5 dimensions to this. Number 1 is character. So we begin with character, and then we move towards relationship, and from relationship we flow to agreement. And then character, relationship, agreements must be nurtured in an environment where there is structure and where the systems are based on win-win. And then the process must be right. Don't worry, I'm not going to confuse you. Let's take it one after the other. We start with character. That is the beginning of everything. That is the foundation. Character. If you lack character, we have already established it. Everything you are doing is based on a faulty foundation. And before you know it, your character, your true character will reveal itself. People will be able to see that, oh, you are not who you claim that you are. So they can see through you. They can read through you. You can't fake it. It's either you have character or you don't have it, right? If you are living a double life, people will soon find you out. You know, so character is the foundation of win-win. If you want to win in life, you want to win on your own, you want to win with other people, your character must be worked on. Everything else builds on that foundation. Your relationship builds on that. Your success builds on that. Your family, your marriage builds on that. Your happiness and fulfillment in life builds on your character. So there are 3 character traits essential for a win-win paradigm. Number 1 is integrity. Integrity is staying true to yourself, your values, your principles, first and foremost. And you cannot have integrity if you don't even know yourself. You are not committed to yourself. You keep breaking your promises to yourself. You say something today, you break it tomorrow. You know, if you can't do this, then you cannot be committed to other people. You cannot be committed to your job. You cannot be committed to anything. Integrity is staying true to yourself, whether it is convenient or not, whether anybody praises you or not. You have identified your principles, you know your values, and you stand by them. People may mock you, they may ridicule you that, are you a saint? You know too much, you're full of yourself. But you stand by your own words. Even where you are going in life, you say, oh, I'm going to do this. And then as much as possible, you pursue it, right? The next thing you need is maturity. If you want to play win-win, you need maturity. Remember, you are dealing with other people. What is maturity? It is the balance between courage and consideration. You have the courage to do something, right? But you can't always be in people's faces, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then you bragado them and all of that. No. As you have that courage, the boldness to do what you want to do, what you know it is right, your principles are there and everything. You should also have consideration for other people. Your sensitivity level must be high, you know. So there are times you will tone down your courage just because you don't want somebody to feel bad, just because you want another person to win. That is maturity. A professor, Professor Saxonia, defined maturity as the ability to express one's own feelings and convictions, balanced with consideration for the thoughts and feelings of other people. Right. There are times you are happy, but you're not going to show that happiness publicly because somebody else is sad. That is maturity. You have every reason to jubilate, to pop champagne and do all of that. But maturity says, hey, this person has just lost his job. So tone down your jubilation. Right. That means you put yourself in their shoes. You are being considerate of their own feelings. Does that reduce your own happiness in any way? It doesn't. It doesn't reduce how you feel about yourself, your self-esteem, because you are mature. Right. That is maturity. Right. You must be able to move from dependence to independence to interdependence. And the third trait of character that you need is abundance mentality. Abundance mentality is the third character trait essential for win-win, right? The paradigm that there is plenty for everybody. You are not succeeding at the expense of my own failure. I did not fail because you succeeded. Abundance mentality believes that the sky is big enough for everybody, right? But what we have in our world today is so much of scarcity mentality. People will feel that, oh, somebody else must lose before they win. That, oh, if that person gets that recognition, you know, I'm going to feel bad. So people with scarcity mentality cannot praise other people. They cannot hype other people. They cannot give credit to other people because they don't want other people to win. In fact, sometimes they pretend like they're happy for you, but deep down, they are being eaten up by your success, by your happiness, right? That is scarcity mentality. If you win in life, it doesn't affect their own. You have your own destiny, I have my own destiny. Everybody can win. That is abundance mentality, right? So you're not going to be jealous of anybody. But people with scarcity mentality surround themselves with yes people. People will always be saying yes, yes. People who are subordinate to them. The more people lose, the more people are subservient to them, it boosts their ego. And that is when they feel a sense of achievement. That shouldn't be what we'll be aiming for. We must have an abundance mentality. Don't feel insecure when somebody else is winning, when somebody else is happy. People who have scarcity mentality are low-key, praying that other people will lose, that they will be miserable somehow. Because that is what fuels their own happiness in life. It is flawed, right? A character rich in integrity, maturity, and the abundance mentality has a genuineness that go far beyond technique or the lack of it in human character or in human interaction. If you have character, your character is laced, not laced, it is packed with integrity, maturity, and abundance mentality. Then you are ready to fly on a win-win paradigm. Now we move to the next one. The second dimension of win-win is relationships. From the foundation of character, we build and maintain win-win relationships. If you don't know how to get along well with people, they don't trust you, they don't want to relate with you, then you really need to work on that. But character will help you. It means you have been depositing into your emotional bank account. You have been building trust. You have been building credibility, loyalty, courtesy, respect, humility, all of that. And people can see it. So even when you make mistakes, they're not going to beat you up that much. They're not going to abandon you because you have been depositing so much into your emotional bank account. So they can recognize that, oh, this is just a one-off mistake. It is not in your character to do what you just did, So they will easily forgive you. But if you have been withdrawing from your emotional bank accounts, people cannot even trust you. You are not respectful, you lack courtesy, you don't show consideration for them. Then that relationship cannot prosper, right? You must trust people, and people must be able to trust you. You must have an open mind, transparency. If you want your relationship to thrive, it doesn't matter what kind of relationship we're talking about here. Any kind of relationship needs trust, needs character to thrive, right? And you must always let people know that you are there to win and you want them to win as well, not as a competitor. But there are some people that have been so scripted in the win-lose paradigm. Now, how do you relate with them? How do you get along well with them? You have to keep depositing into your emotional bank accounts. You have to keep showing them love. You have to keep trusting them or showing them that you are trustworthy, that you are there for their own good and not for your own selfish interest. That way, the relationship will prosper. It's a matter of time because people are always watching. Not that you make empty promises and then you turn back on your own promises, right? Let's move to the third dimension, agreement. From character, we move to relationships and then agreement, right? Agreement flows and it gives us definition and direction to win-win. If you have character, you have a win-win relationship with people, then you can have some mutual agreements. Your relationship is going to flow. Everybody knows what is expected of them, and everybody does it, right? So there's going to be that synergy, collaboration. Everything will move. Remember, we're talking about interpersonal leadership. If you really want to win in life, you want to win with people, you want to lead people, maybe you are leading people in one capacity or the other, then you need all of this. If you cannot get people to agree with you, go and check your character. Then go and check your relationship with them. Maybe they see you as a boss, as domineering. You are too controlling. You really want them to do the work, right? But you don't want them to win. You want them to agree with you, to cooperate with you. But you're actually competing with them. Low-key, you want them to fail. Then you cannot have any agreements. In the win-win agreements, the following 5 elements are made explicit, very important. There must be desired results. Everybody must know, identify what needs to be done and when. What are we aiming at? We must have that agreement. And there must be guideline. Okay, what are the parameters? What are the do's and don'ts and where should I go? What should I avoid? And all of that. There must be that. Then the resources must be there. What do I need to achieve this? What do we need? What do we need to cooperate, to collaborate? You must provide it. You can't hoard resources from people and you expect them to be the best. Give them all that they want for the relationship to prosper, for the agreement to flow. There must be accountability. If you make mistakes, admit it. If they make mistakes, they must admit it. Everybody must be responsible. You cannot be running late and then keep quiet, no calls, nothing. Or you're planning not to show up and then you don't feel any remorse about it. I personally don't like it when people do that. If we have an agreement and you are running late or you'll not be able to show up, you have a change of mind, quickly call the person up front. Don't wait for the person to call you. Are you not coming again? Don't ghost people. Have the courage to say your mind, right? Don't play, is it lose-win now? You are not even responsible. I don't think it's lose-win, but something of that nature. Right. So there must be accountability, even to yourself. Be accountable. Why are you not where you said you're going to be? Why are you not following the rules, the personal mission statements, your own principles? Be accountable to yourself. It's not that easy all the time, but if you really want to live a fulfilling life, these are the things that you must do. Then the number 5 thing will be consequences. What are the consequences, positive or negative? If I do this, what are the positive consequences? If I fail in doing this, what are the negative consequences? If we are clear on that, then we're going to have a smooth agreement. Right. Let's quickly look at win-win management training. We're talking about leadership here. You want people to work for you. You want the best from them. Then you must have win-win mentality. When you employ staff, when you employ people to work with you, give them all that they need. Not that you want them to work so hard, but you don't want them to win. You want to pay them mega salary. An example was given here about, some during a pilot program, some graduates that were recruited to work in a bank. They were trained, but the management of the bank, low-key, did not want them to succeed until the author, Stephen Covey, came on board and he said, okay, we can't do it this way. You really want these people to go through this training, but what are the resources? Do you actually want them to win? What do you expect from them at the end of the day? You have to be clear about it. If you want the best from people, then you have to give them wings to fly. I was telling somebody last week, the person was complaining that, in his company, there is no productivity, and that really affects profit. And I said, how are you treating your staff? How are you treating your staff? Do you actually want them to win as well? Remember, they may be working for you now, but they also have their own goals. They have their own destinies. They also want to win in life. So you cannot expect the best from them when you obviously withdraw what they need to fly. You don't give them that room to express themselves. You are micromanaging them. You are controlling them. You are dominating them. Even the small salary you want to give them, you cut it. You look for ways to cut it. Won't they eat? Won't they also survive? Yet you want loyalty from them. This is not to make excuses for anybody who is badly behaved at work or anything like that. But you should think about it. Treat them well. Then they will treat your customers well. They will treat your clients well. They will represent your company very well, even when you are not there. That is it, because they feel that, in this company, I'm also winning. My boss also wants me to do well. My boss has my interest at heart. I'm not being used, right? Let's quickly move on. Win-win performance agreement. If you want people to perform well, have an agreement with them. What do you need to do? What are you also going to give them on your own part? And things like that. Make them accountable. Let them evaluate themselves. Don't delegate duties to them, and yet you are monitoring them at every point in time. You don't trust them. That is why you should build trust in them in the first instance, by also depositing into your own emotional bank accounts. Right? Build trust with them. Let them know. There will be some people who will not buy into all of this, but I believe that to a large extent, if people see that you also want them to win, they will give you their cooperation. They will give you their loyalty. Right? Don't just say it with your lips. Let it show in your action. What do they need to do? Let them write it down. Everybody should be on the same page. What do you expect from you? If you hire somebody, what do you expect from them? Let them write it down. Be on the same page with them. That way you win, and they also win in life, right? So we have 2 more dimensions to go. Systems. Win-win can only survive in an organization when the system supports it. If you talk win-win but reward win-lose, then you've got a losing program on your hands, right? So the system that you put in place must be correct. It must support win-win. When people are sick, how do you treat them? When they are sad, how do you treat them? Things like that. There is a very profound example here of a big real estate company. One time, the company organized this award program, and out of 800 people, they awarded only 40. They even brought like school bands, so that anytime the awards for each person was announced, the school band would beat drum. There would be so much noise and frenzy and jubilation in the air, right? Out of 800, they rewarded only 40. So what happened to the remaining 760? They felt that they were losers, right? So the author came in again to say, no, you don't have to do it this way. Let everybody have that win-win sense, the sense of win-win, right? So the next year that they organized this, the salespeople increased to 1,000. And out of the 1,000, 800 people were awarded individually and as teams, right? So that way, most of them felt that, oh, they also won. They didn't feel that win-lose, whatever, that's win-lose feeling that, oh, these are the people that are winning. So somebody who has been trying to close deals, to make sales, probably the person just didn't do enough. It's not like they're not trying, but find a way to also recognize them. In your family as well, amongst your friends, wherever, as a teacher, maybe you're teaching students, don't make others feel less of themselves. Don't make them feel like failures just because you are rewarding some set of students, right? And because they are children, we have to be very, very careful. All right. The last one here will be processes. There is no way to achieve win-win ends with win, lose, or lose-win means. You can't say you are going to think win-win, whether you like it or not. So the question becomes, how do you arrive at a win-win solution? How do you arrive at it? Number one, see the problem from other people's point of view. Try to understand them. Don't always shut them up. Go, I don't want, what do you have to say? No. Listen to them. Learn to understand them so that you will be understood, right? Really seek to understand. Listen. Even if you think that they are talking jargons, just listen. It gives them that sense of belonging, that, oh, you care about them. Then second, identify the key issues and concerns, not the positions, not the person. Try to separate the person from the situation. We learned about that in Winning with People. Most times we throw away the bath water with the baby. We just don't want to hear anything. No. Separate this person from the situation. Okay, analyze the problem separately. What really happened? How can we deal with it? Right? So most times it is not about the problem, the person. It is about the system. It is about the problem that needs to be tackled. If you work towards preserving your relationship and facing the problem, you see that your relationships will last. Because now you are not attacking the person, you are not focusing on personality, you are dealing with the issue at hand. Then third, determine what results would constitute a fully acceptable solution for both of you. And if you cannot reach a win-win resolution, at least let there be no deal so that nobody feels cheated. And while there is no deal, both of you can keep thinking about it. Okay, what solution will work and all of that. But don't rush into accepting any deal that you're not comfortable with so that you don't feel cheated, you don't feel slighted, you don't feel, yeah. Fourth, identify possible new options to achieve those results. I want you to know, based on this book, that you can achieve win-win solutions with win-win processes. The end and the means are the same. If you want to get somewhere, you cannot cut corners. If you cut corners, your results are going to be poor. Right. So win-win is not a personality technique. It is a total paradigm of human interaction. It comes from a character of integrity, maturity, and the abundance mentality. It grows out of high trust relationships. It is embodied in agreements that effectively clarify and manage expectations as well as accomplishments. It thrives in supportive systems, and it is achieved through the process we are now prepared to more fully examine in habits 5 and 6. So think win-win. Let me simplify all that we've been saying to you in case you're just training, right? When you're dealing with people, have their interest at heart, genuinely. Don't say with your mouth that, oh, I want you to win, I'm happy for you. But in your heart, you low-key want them to fail, right? Let people win as well. It doesn't affect your own success. It doesn't affect your own win. $10 money does not affect, it is not what is making you poor. The fact that Bill Gates is rich is not what is responsible for your own poverty, right? The fact that your colleague is packing all the awards is not the reason why you are not getting the awards, right? So have this mentality that the sky is big enough for everybody. If you put in the work, if you have character, you work on yourself, you're diligent, you stay true to your principles, you're also going to win. So pray that everybody wins as well, and help them, encourage them. That way you will build meaningful and sustainable relationships with people that will bring you ultimate fulfillment in life. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of the review of habit 4 of the 7 habits of highly effective people. Yeah, don't forget to like this video, share your comments with me, and please subscribe to this channel in case you are yet to subscribe. I remain Olaide Agbaje, also known as First Lady, and on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. We'll come again tomorrow as we review habit 5, which says, seek first to understand, then to be understood. All right, it's going to be another interesting review. Until then, be intentional. Bye-bye. No problem, Mr. Ade Africa, we understand. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow. You're welcome.